As a prereq, you will have needed to complete at least the Call of the Dead Easter egg in order to complete this on Black Ops 1. If you're playing BO3, you have nothing to worry about. Let's go. Start the map by gaining points on Area 51 and in Moon Spawn to get the power on. Once the power is on, go back to the area right outside of spawn in order to start Step 1. Head to this computer terminals across from the Pit of Death, and one player must partake in Simon Says 5 rounds, and it will end with all of the terminals glowing green. For Step 2, you'll need to open up the lab area of the map past power and pick up the hacker, which can spawn at one of 6 locations. Take the hacker and hack this button for 500 points to start the next step. You need to find 4 consoles scattered across the labs that have green lights shining on top of them. Hack these terminals in the allotted time frame of 60 seconds. If you successfully hack all 4, have your team head back to the buttons you hacked originally and hit or interact on each one of them to make them all glow permanently. Now here's where the Easter egg can fork, and that depends on your luck. Your team needs to get the 3 special items tied to this map, that being the wave gun, the Gersh device, and the QED. While you're spinning the box, keep an ear open for the announcer that talks when you have your helmet on. If you hear her say something about an excavator heading towards Tunnel 6, do not do anything until the excavator breaks the tunnel. Now if you get the wave gun, stick around, and if you get the Gersh and QED, skip here and come back once the steps are done. Once you hack the console back in spawn to reset Excavator 6, head into the tunnel and look for a ball floating around the door headed to power. Give it a knife and begin following it. Whenever it stops, shoot it or knife it. Once it exits Tunnel 6, it will fly into a satellite dish and get stuck. Have the wave gun assembled and shoot the disc with it to knock the ball down. Continue following it through Tunnel 11. At this one, look up in the corner and shoot it with a gun. The ball will eventually make its way to the power room and slam into the pyramid. For the next step, you're going to need at least 25 zombie kills at this tube at the front right corner of the pyramid. You'll know when the tube is filled because you won't see any red lines floating upwards after a zombie is killed. Flip the power switch right next to the tube to put the souls into the pyramid and you'll get a death machine. If you're here now, you either finished the wave gun or got the equipment first. Skip back here if you still need to do the wave gun steps. Head to Area 51 and look outwards at the teleporter. Hook a grenade and chuck it at the hexagonal plates on the shelf outside of the map. Throw a Gersh device over to pick them up, and then you can head back to the moon. Have a person with the QEDs throw one at the plates laying on the ground to transfer them to the computer terminal on the other side of spawn. Now, you need to go back to the lab in order to find a piece of bended wire. There are 8 places it could spawn. The first is across from Double Tap on a chair. The second is in the corner by where your team hit the buttons. The third is next to an oxygen tank on the 2nd floor. The 4th is laying on the ground before entering the 3rd floor. The 5th is on a table right after walking into the 3rd floor. The 6th is by a cabinet where the hacker can spawn by Deadshot. The 7th is inside a cabinet where another hacker can spawn by the biodome. And the final is right outside by the teleporter positioned near some oxygen tanks. Once the wire is grabbed, head back to spawn and stick it in between the computer terminal and the hexagonal plates. Have Richtofen insert the golden rod between the plates and begin spamming the interact button on the computer. Once it's done, pick up the charged golden rod. If you have not completed the wavegun step yet, skip back to here and complete it. If you have though, head back to the pyramid and your team needs to get 100 zombie souls, 25 for each of the 4 containers. Once all are filled, have Richtofen put the golden rod in the pyramid and he'll get all perks. You just got 2 more steps left. Have the QED holder throw one at the ball stuck in the pyramid at a weird angle. You'll probably want to throw it below the ball because the physics of this map are pretty finicky. Once it teleports, head back to where it all started, and you need to complete 3 more rounds of Simon Says, each getting progressively harder. Once all 3 are done, throw a Gersh at the ball sitting next to the terminal, and congrats! Enjoy all perks and a nice view of the Earth. If you want to see me and my friends attempt this Easter egg in real time, click here to watch it. We also did Shangri-La and talked about our experiences with BO1 as a whole. Also make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Peace!